Ma è che la verità è che riconfermarsi è più complicato, è molto più complicato e arrivi l'anno scorso, siamo arrivati che, tra virgolette, ogni conquista, no? La semifinale è stata la prima volta che vinceva in semifinale, quindi è stata una conquista, arrivi in finale e quest'anno invece arrivi sapendo che puoi vincere questo torneo qua, sei già stato in grado di farlo, quindi sicuramente diverso e secondo me un po' più difficile.
Congratulazioni. Volevo chiedere una cosa, noi siamo tutti colpitissimi dagli incredibili miglioramenti di Yannick col servizio dall'inizio della stagione. Lui ha avuto varie fasi col servizio, a un certo punto della sua carriera serviva in foot up, poi ha servito in foot back, poi è tornato a foot up. Lui ha parlato dopo i quarti di finale contro Struff, credo, dicendo che ormai serve in foot up da almeno un paio d'anni, no? Da 2 o 3 anni. Ha detto che avete fatto alcuni cambiamenti sul servizio. Le volevo chiedere quali per raggiungere questo livello di incredibile solidità.
Allora, naturalmente ha fatto veramente un miglioramento enorme. Penso che già dall'inizio dell'anno si fosse visto con Djokovic, quando perse la partita fece 26 ace. Però è un lavoro che viene da dietro, Quando ho iniziato io a lavorare con lui serviva con lo step back, e poi alla prima pausa che abbiamo avuto, perché noi abbiamo iniziato praticamente nel 2022, non abbiamo cambiato nella prima pre-season che abbiamo cambiato dopo Parigi con lo step up, e giorno dopo giorno abbiamo cercato di mettere qualcosina di nuovo. Il cambiamento più grande che abbiamo fatto è stato l'anno scorso dopo US Open. Dopo US Open abbiamo un po' rivoltato il servizio, ha cambiato diverse cose come appoggio al piede, il lancio è più vicino sicuramente, abbiamo cambiato come arriva sul piede, mentre il piede prima praticamente si fermava, quasi era una frenata brusca, e adesso arriva e appoggia e spinge. Il tempo è un po' diverso, quindi tante piccole cose che piano piano dove ha preso fiducia lui e sta trovando un po' gli angoli sempre meglio. Le velocità non sono incredibili perché serve forte, ma non una roba incredibile, però è molto più preciso. Penso che negli anni, ogni anno ha migliorato il servizio, le statistiche, la seconda di servizio è migliorata anche quella, moltissimo, quindi siamo veramente contenti di come sta andando il servizio e speriamo che tenga, speriamo che, naturalmente noi ogni giorno, il mio ruolo è quello di calibrare, no? Di cercare di essere sempre pronto, il servizio a funzionare bene nei momenti importanti, e in più lui è uno col carattere che nei momenti importanti si concentra ancora di più e riesce a esprimere meglio il suo tennis, quindi siamo molto contenti.
Simone, ciao, hai pianto?
Sì, un pochino, sì.
Senti, volevo chiederti, Yannick, abbiamo sempre detto che è una spugna, no? Quello che gli dici impara subito. È un giocatore che fa le cose che tu gli dici di fare, di cambiare, anche queste che hai appena raccontato, senza battere ciglio, è uno di quelli che chiede perché?
No, chiede perché, ed è giusto che chieda il perché è lui il primo che deve sentire. Anche per noi allenatori ricevere dei feedback da loro quando cambiamo qualcosa è importantissimo. Quindi durante US Open l'anno scorso non era stato molto aperto a qualche cambiamento, dopo US Open invece è stato più aperto, siamo riusciti a cambiare un paio di cosine che l'hanno aiutato a trovare il giusto ritmo, a trovare le giuste soluzioni al servizio. E poi naturalmente quando prendi fiducia, quando inizi a sentire il colpo sempre di più, è più semplice. Per dirti, negli anni indietro, se non avesse servito per 2 o 3 giorni ci mettevamo una settimana per recuperare il movimento. Adesso già dopo una settimana che sta fermo, anche 10 giorni, ritrova subito il giusto ritmo, perché ormai è qualcosa che ha automatizzato.
Ciao Simone.
Ciao.
Volevo sapere se anche dopo una vittoria importante come quella degli Slam, lui ha subito voglia di rimettersi in gioco e trova subito le cose che non sono andate, o se adesso che insomma ha un certo status dice lasciatemi un attimo tranquillo.
Ma adesso si vuole riposare, adesso vuole festeggiare, no? Noi allenatori dobbiamo essere anche bravi a capire che i ragazzi cambiano. Yannick non è più il ragazzo di 22 anni che era solo tennis, e quindi adesso è un altro tipo di ragazzo, adesso finisce un torneo, vuole riposarsi, vuole prendere il tempo per lui, con la sua ragazza, con la sua famiglia e quant'altro. Quindi quanto parliamo di tennis con lui è cambiato negli ultimi anni. Prima era solo tennis, praticamente era 99% tennis e 1% altre cose, adesso piano piano stiamo iniziando a cambiare, quindi dobbiamo anche essere bravi a non stressarlo troppo, perché ragazzi, perché dovrà avere una carriera lunga, e se pensiamo solo al tennis 24 ore al giorno per 365 giorni l'anno non sarà difficile.
E i nostri...
Ciao Simone, congratulazioni, eccomi qua. Torno su quello che ha detto Darren poco fa, ovvero la possibilità che a fine stagione non possa essere più parte del team. Da fuori si ha la sensazione che si sia creata una chimica di un certo tipo anche tra te e Darren, che poi si vede nel team e si vede nelle prestazioni. Chiedo, se Darren dovesse dire no, per me va bene così, c'è la possibilità che andiate avanti solo voi due, solo tu e Yannick?
No, io per fortuna non sopporto più questo, no scherzo. No, sicuramente. Allora, lavorare in due non è facile. Io e Darren penso siamo stati fortunati a trovare una simbiosi così buona, e a volte devi fare un passo indietro, no? Per dar spazio anche all'altro allenatore, e quindi non è mai facile. Però se lui dovesse smettere, ancora non abbiamo, come ha detto lui, lui non ha deciso, e come team non abbiamo deciso nulla. Se dovesse smettere sicuramente ci sarà qualcun altro che entrerà, perché 365 giorni l'anno, 300, io non ce la faccio come persona, come da solo, e anche è giusto che ci sia un'altra persona dove ci diamo il cambio. Come avete visto, noi ci organizziamo sempre che facciamo dei tornei insieme, e facciamo dei tornei dove c'è solo lui. Io sono stato da solo a Monte Carlo, Darren è stato solo a Indian Wells, quindi a volte ci diamo anche dello spazio per far ricaricare Yannick, se diventi sempre a contatto per 300 giorni diventa un po' pesante, soprattutto per lui.
Buonasera Vagnozzi, complimenti ancora. Sono stati 5 anni, penso, molto impegnativi con Yannick dal 2022 adesso. Ecco, sul piano personale, cos'è che le inorgoglisce di più, pensando al lavoro che avete fatto con Yannick, qualche cambiamento, qualche vittoria?
Ma guarda, dal mio punto di vista, diciamo che io mi curo un po' più della parte tattica e tecnica di Yannick. Penso che dopo 5 anni è un altro tipo di giocatore. Cioè, lo Yannick di 5 anni fa, lo Yannick di oggi, lo vedete in campo, ha una tecnica diversa, ha delle giocate diverse dentro al campo, e questo naturalmente mi inorgoglisce perché vince. Se perdesse, giocasse diverso ma non vincesse, non sarei sicuramente contento. Quindi questo sicuramente è la cosa che più mi fa felice. Ci sono stati tanti giocatori magari di talento a 21 anni, 22 anni, che durante la loro carriera non si sono migliorati così tanto. Invece Yannick penso che sia un altro tipo di giocatore adesso.
Congratulations both of you. I want to ask about serving, obviously, it's quite a lot of it. Sasha has one of the biggest serves I've ever seen at Wimbledon. How do you go about building a game plan to deal with that when you know you're going to get so few opportunities to break?
We knew that Sasha is one of the best servers in the tour, and it's not easy on grass because it's tough when he was eating a lot of line today, but he was changing a lot of the position on the court, try to mix, try to that Sasha was thinking, you know. And in the end, he was able to break 2 times, and that is grass. It's impossible to break too many times, but he was able to break in the important moment. So that's what's the key.
Matt?
Hi guys. Well done. After everything that had happened over the last few Grand Slams and all the work that you put in, how much sort of, not pressure necessarily, but how important was it for both Yannick and the team to come out on top on this one?
I don't think it was any more important than any other major that he's played. You're right, there's been a little bit of stuff that's gone on over the last 6 months, both in Australia, which I thought he managed incredibly well. Got beat by a better player in the semi-finals who took his chances and played amazing tennis in Novak. Was challenged here in the first round. Came back, won a 5-set match, which was really important for his psyche, for his belief, and got better and better as the tournament went along. So it was important. I think what happened in Paris, just one of those things, you know, it's not something we can put our finger on and know exactly what happened. He went away and did what he needed to do with the testing and made a few changes to his preparation and the way that he prepares for the hot days, but I didn't even really know it was that in Paris. It was just one of those things that we don't really have answers for, and it goes to show the maturity of the player that we're working with in Yannick, that he can take a kick in the guts like that, come back here, work his ass off. We got here 12 days early, didn't play a lead-in tournament, so we knew the first couple of matches were going to be really difficult for him to get through. And he just puts his head down and goes to work. And he had a great attitude throughout this entire tournament. He's going to have a long, distinguished career. He's going to put himself in a position to win more of these majors. I don't think this one was any more important than any of the others that he's played, but it felt damn special, that's for sure.
Ben?
Congratulations, guys. I wanted to ask just actually beyond this tournament, actually, because Yannick has had this incredible start to the year at the Masters level. He's won 5 of the first 5 of this year, so he has potential to win 6 of the first 6, 7 of the first 7, maybe all 9 of 9. And I'm just wondering how much of a priority that can be with him sort of more than halfway to this possible history to put some more focus than you might otherwise at the 1,000 level going forward, starting with Montreal and then Cincinnati.
We didn't think about Montreal and Cincinnati right now. For sure, Masters 1000 is really important tournament after the Slam. So we are gonna speak tonight, probably tomorrow, and we see how we plan the schedule. And right now, we don't have answer for this question.
There is a difference though between Canada last year compared to this year.
Yeah,
there were only
sure.
2 weeks last year, so the compressed schedule made it really difficult if you made it through to the final weekend at Wimbledon to go up and front up for Canada. There's 3 weeks, so it's on the schedule. We'll sit down as a team and work out what his schedule is moving forward. But the Masters 1000s event are incredibly important, and we have full intention to make sure that we put him in the best position to do well.
Elena?
Zverev obviously started really well. I just wonder how strong did Yannick have to be kind of mentally and physically to turn that around today?
Yeah, I really thought that was an amazing performance by both players today, but especially Yannick, because Alexander, we've had glimpses of him trying to play that way in previous head-to-head matchups. The first set in Miami, when he came out, he was unloading on every single forehand and playing really aggressively, served really well, had a couple of chances early in the first set in that particular match as well. So we knew he's capable of doing it. We just didn't know how long he could do it for. And when you try to push yourself to red line on a particular shot, centre court, Wimbledon, final against Yannick, he did amazing. And he nearly won that second set and nearly got a 2 sets to love lead. So if he continues to play that level of tennis and that style of tennis, he's already a problem, but he's going to be a major problem moving forward. And now that he's got the confidence of having won a major, that win in Paris, you can just see the way he's walking around the court now. He's got more belief. He knows that he's capable of winning 7 matches in a major. He's a great player. We have the utmost respect for Alexander.
Cedric?
Yes, I wanted congratulations, Guy. I wanted to bounce back on one of the things you said, Darren. You said you still never know what happened really in Paris to Yannick. So can you confirm? And if it's the case, how did you decide what had to be worked before Wimbledon to keep the trophy?
Well, his medical records are his medical records, so we won't speak about any of that. But it's up to us to make some changes and to do some little things differently. And Yannick has spoken about that before. Nothing specific, I don't think he's really mentioned, but you can probably even see during the matches that he leaves the court now after a couple of sets and goes and changes, walks into the air conditioning and goes and changes his shirt, even if he doesn't have to. So he's just more about getting in a routine on the warmer days to make sure that he's doing everything possible to make sure he can play at his top level on those super, super hot days. Look, he's a redhead that lives in the north of Italy, that grew up in the snow and the Alps, and hot weather is a little bit different for him than it is for most people. But the more time he spends in the heat, the better he's going to be at it. We already saw here, I think it was one of the hottest Wimbledons, right, on record, and he managed through that incredibly well. So, and we might even make some changes to the pre-season, chasing the sun a little bit more as well, and just to get him more acclimatised to playing in these types of conditions. But he did amazingly well this entire 2 weeks.
Charlie?
Hi guys, well done. We've seen Yannick continuing to evolve his game, playing with more variety, that kind of thing. Just wondered if you had any thoughts on kind of the next frontier, like where does he go from here?
And for sure, we are really happy how he improved his game in the last 5 years, and for sure there is a room where he can still improve. Today he didn't make any serve and volley. I think was a 3-4 rally where he couldn't come to the net. Didn't close to the net, and then he lost a point. So there is always a room where we can improve, and I think our project is always to be more aggressive. So try to go more onto the net, try to make some more drop shots sometimes, and
less drop shots when you're serving for the match.
He took some painkiller.
Yeah, I had to take a couple of Advils after that.
No, but this one for sure. And also, I think for this kind of player, it's tough to go every day on court without a project. So just to maintain themselves is really tough. So every day you have to go with something in the mind and try to improve something.
Yeah, one of the great things also with the golden generation that we've just had is watching Federer, Nadal, Djokovic and Murray evolve their games through the years as well, and they never stopped. They never stopped trying to improve. They pushed each other incredibly hard. Alexander's now playing a different style of tennis against Yannick, so we know that Yannick's going to have to improve in certain areas to handle that type of game. Carlos is going to come back really strong as well, as we all hope. He's going to evolve as a tennis player. So at 24 years of age, to have a long, successful career, you need to keep adding things to his game. And the stuff that Simone and he are doing on the court is remarkable. They work on the little things every single day. And then you need the matches to try to put that into play. And we saw a lot of the stuff that he doesn't normally like doing, even in the final today. So a few more slice backhands, a couple of lobs, a couple of drop shots, really stepping up when he needed to in the big moments. Instead of being defensive and waiting for the opponent to come to him, he took it away from his opponent. So they're all really great things for us to look at from a coaching perspective.
Darren, hi, congrats. Is there any bet going on between you and Yannick this year, and any thought that you would like to share with us today about your choices at the end of the season?
No bet this year. No bet this year. No choices. No, I'm here until the end of 2026, and then we'll see. And I did say that I was finished at the end of 2025, and I turned around and changed my mind. So no, we'll get through to the end of the year, and then we'll sit down as a team and talk about what is best for Yannick.
Congrats, guys. This is the second year in a row that Yannick's had a tough loss in Paris for one reason or another, and then he's come here and won the title. What are you and him doing to kind of reset so quickly, and do you think it makes his Wimbledon titles more impressive?
Actually, we spoke about that before the match. It's funny you bring that up, because his career at the moment he's had an amazing career for a 24-year-old to be doing what he's doing, put himself at the top of the game, to continually get to the latter ends of, apart from that Paris tournament, to give himself chances to win these tournaments. But there's been a few kicks in the stomach along the way, some tough losses, the match points against Carlos the previous year, what happened to him, and Roland Garros this year. But probably what makes us the most proud of him and working with him is the way he comes back from those. It doesn't put him down for too long. Obviously, he's disappointed after those moments, but it's a day later, we get a phone call. All right, boys, what are we doing? Let's get back on the court. What are we working towards? What's the plan? Where are we going? And what do we need to do to get better? And that's his attitude in tennis, and it's his attitude in life. And that's why he's so great to work with. And we spoke about his resilience in those moments, being able to come back and be bigger and stronger and faster whenever he has a bad moment. And in this final, he needed that to get through this match because he was tested badly against Zverev today. And he showed amazing resilience. So if you don't have those tough moments, maybe you never grow like he's been able to grow. So we look at it as a big positive in his personality.
We'll take one more in English. Ava.
Congratulations to you both. Jannik was pretty frank when Carlos announced that he was going to be missing the French Open about how differently he looks at the draw when he's gone and what the impact Carlos has had on his career. I don't want to overstate that, but I wonder when Carlos announced he was going to be missing Wimbledon and the French Open and everything, you guys were interested to see how Jannik would respond just mentally, or if anything would change in terms of how he reacts to being the number one guy and not having someone else maybe to measure up against. I wonder if you guys had thoughts on that.
You know, when you play Grand Slam, you have 6 rounds before to go to the final. So Carlos and Jannik is always really far in the draw. So normally we don't think too much about this one, and we try to keep always easy, thinking match by match. As what we always say in the team is every match is a final. So it's normal then that your big opponent is out. Maybe the pressure is a little bit more, but we try to keep it easy and think always day by day, match by match.
Okay, I think we will, Darren.
I'm up. Yeah, perfect. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Unless you want to stay and talk some Italian.
No. I still only know the swear words.